Okay, hello dear friends. So I will take this opportunity when I am doing something. I will take this opportunity to do a video about forgiveness. I got one friend asking, can you blah 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 on forgiveness? So I will try my voice, try my hand on it, forgiving. So I may bring up some story to share with you. Why can't you forgive? So oftentimes, when we want to solve a problem, we find the reason of this problem, then we're halfway close to solving it. Why can't you forgive? Right? Because it's not fair. Right? Because he or she, let's use only one gender, he or he, let's still use he and she, because right now it's quite politically sensitive. Okay, because she or he has wronged me. So if I forgive for no reason, he or she didn't say apology to me, and I volunteer to say, to forgive that person, it's not fair. Right? He or she has wronged me. I should let her learn a lesson. Let he or she knows that he has done something wrong. So oftentimes, when people do things wrong, they just cannot understand, cannot realize. Or sometimes they can realize, but they do not have the guts, do not have the gut to admit. And it takes so much effort and courage to say sorry. And it is the same courage as we say, it's okay. It's a very small word. It's a very easy to pronounce, a syllable word, but very easy to pronounce, to say it. Because it's not fair, right? He or she has wronged me. He need to be punished. He need to make it even. He need to learn a lesson. Once you think this way, you will never get out of this trap, the trap, T-R-A-P. You will never make yourself feel the need or feel the courage to forgive other people. Forgiving other people is not a lawyer's job, is not a judge's job. It's your own self-conscious that is working. Because forgiving people is a joyful, is a happy thing. And it does bring happiness, fulfillment, improvement, self-satisfaction, and self-conscious. And it brings all these good feelings. On the other hand, revenge, let the other people do something to say sorry, or do something to make it right, to make he or she deserve your apology, to deserve your forgiveness. Forcing other people to do it, it's not an easy thing, and also it's not a selfless, forgiving action. If you do want to forgive, start from your heart. You are forgiving your own feeling. You are forgetting, you are foregoing your own feeling of trying to look for justice. No, it's okay. There is no justice. How do I put it to be fair? Because if there is no justice, it's not fair. It is true. The world will not exist without justice, right? Without fairness. Some people did something wrong and I just forgive. Later on, everybody will do wrong things, right? That is a very, very good analysis or theory, because if you do not put it right, it will be always wrong, and people will always try to take advantage of your goodness, your kindness, and your generosity, and which is true. I will tell you a story after this, okay? But just remember, if you want to do all these things, you want to forgive other people, and you want to look for justice, you are putting too much burden on yourself. You are just thinking you are a superhero. You are not. You are just an ordinary person, a young man, a young woman like you and I, like any other people. We have defects, we have our internal flaws, we have our problems, we have our kindness, we have our temper and everything. So don't ask too much. Ask what you can do. What you can do in this matter is to forgive, unconditionally forgive. And the rest of it is not your job. And looking for fairness and justice is not your job. Once you give that fairness, judgment, once you give the responsibility of this to others, to a third party, it will be much easier for you to forgive. Okay? Because there will be other people doing that. You do not need to put your hand onto this justice. You do not need to put your hand on the revenge. From what I say this, from my life experience. From 50 years of life, maybe this is not your experience. From 50 years of my life, what I know is that life is fair. At the end of the day, however goodness you have done, however badness you will have. In our world, there are only this much. However badness you will experience is already written. It's in our previous life. It's already decided. Every day you have a good day, you are deducting one of these happy days. Every day you suffer, you are deducting a suffer day and accumulating a future happiness day. So somebody else will do this job. I don't know who. Police, your boss, and this person's partner, friend, whatever. You do not need to know. You do not need to know. Heaven will make it even. Heaven will make it equal. Okay? So this is what I think. And once you have this attitude inside you, it is much easier for you to forgive anything and everything. So yesterday I was in a shop, and Yes. So yesterday I went to a shopping mall and did some shopping, and on the line of checkout, pay bill, checkout, cashier, and there were a lot of people line up, and like any supermarket or cashier place. And Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, of course, there are a lot of people. And then there's, we have 10 people, 10 people something line up. And then there was one, I was behind, and there was one gentleman from the store nicely say, okay, you guys can come here, we make up a new line. And then he said, you can come here to make up a new line. And there are people waiting. I am here waiting. And he asked people to make another new line here. Can you see? And then I was here. And this is a cashier. Of course, I want to move there. It should be these people move to the new line, right? But here there are people much easier and they jump the line. This happens so often. I do not even need to explain it to do this diagram. You can understand. And then they jumped the line and went to there. So it's a small thing. It happens all the time in our life. And I was just, I think maybe I was just unlucky, stuck there. I cannot move. And I'm not sure if I will be the person, always the person who make a moral decision that not jump the line. And people just jump the line. It's very, very often these kind of things happen. And there was one nice lady in front of me. She voluntarily said, please, you go first. I am behind you. And this really lightened up that particular day. So we started to chat. Whenever there is a system, there is a way to hack the system or benefit from the system. There are always people doing it. What we can do, we do not need to fight. And she said, what do you gain? You only gain 2 more minutes. It is true, for 2 more minutes, but it shows your moral standard. And maybe moral standard is too big a word, but you know what I'm trying to say. Not worth it, okay? Not worth it to do something so this nice lady and me, we were just chatting, and finally we reached to one agreement, not talking about anything else, not talking about other people, and we discuss whenever there is a chance, people will take advantage of it, and we reach to one agreement, that is, no matter what is happening, it does not worth it. It is not worthy to lower your moral standard. It is just not worth it. And do not think about whether they are doing right or wrong. I cannot. I know they are doing something wrong, but it is beyond my ability to take action. And it's not worth to take action. on the one side, I am part of the problem that I give way to other people and give the opportunity for other people to take advantage of this system. But on the other hand, why do we care about these little things? Because by being nice to this nice lady, do I make sense? And maybe I do not make sense in this matter. I make a new friend, and both of us, we reach to an agreement that be good, be nice, and do not take advantage of system, of things. We do not need to know what will happen to the people who jump the line. Nothing will happen. Nothing, maybe nothing will happen. And I hope nothing wrong will happen. I sincerely hope they do not deserve to get punishment for one thing doing wrong. But if you keep accumulate doing bad things, it becomes a habit, and there will be consequence. And this consequence is beyond me. It's beyond any of us. The point is, be nice and enjoy that moment that you are higher than the people who jump the line. You are taller. You are better. Okay? This may not be a perfect example, a perfect story to explain, but just understand, forgiving is a self-reflective action. Forgiving is about yourself, because you want to make sure you are happy, because you want to make sure you live a moral life. It's not about other people's action. Okay? He forgive you or not, he or she returns you the same thing or not, is not in this equation. This equation is that you forgive, you get happiness. Just that simple. Happiness and internal peace, spiritual happiness, internal peace, and settle down with one problem that's stuck in your heart for the rest of your life. You solve that problem. It's your own action. Okay? The equation is forgive and goodness. That's the equation. Another person is just a third-party element. A third-party element. It could be a conditioner. It could be a byproduct. But it's not the core of this equation. The core of this equation is you, internal peace, versus forgiveness. Do I make sense? Yeah, I got my hand quite dirty. I wish this one can help you to think about this matter in a different light. Maybe you already thought about it this way. Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful afternoon. If you have any question, bring it up. I will try to answer. And recently I listened to radios, I listened to some online course. There were professors, YouTube, everything from YouTube. I just look for one professor's particular name, and he has so many good talks. And I just listened to them, and I was thinking, it's amazing that how some people that spread knowledge, spread understanding, spread this goodness, kindness, it influenced the world. Why not I do it? I shall do it. I shall do it because I can do it. Because I have something that is even better than those people, than those professors, because they are too good. They are too distanced from us. You and I, we are the same. I have broken, I have so many things not good, not an eloquent speed talking. It makes me perfect. It makes me not intimidating. It makes my voice easier to be heard. It makes my thoughts softer on yourself, on your heart. It makes my spirit touch you just at the right point. I love you, I really do. Bye-bye, friends.